have the same problem like me.
So you have present and present, right? So if I shop online, I save time. Why is real conditional? Because it's something that's going to happen for sure. You are not predicting something, right? To say like, if the mall is closed, I can shop online. So you can use can or could in the result clause, but most of the time you don't use it in the if clause. In the if clause, you always use present, right? So okay, now when you use this is the most important part. I don't know if you can read it, if you can read these and also the examples,
Yes,
or is it
I,
different?
uh, I, I tried.
Okay.
You can use real conditional sentences to express general truths, habits, or things that happen again and again. The example, if you use a credit card, it's it's faster.
It's faster. Mhm.
Uh, it's faster. When you use a credit card, it's always faster. If Bill shop online, he spent a lot of money. Every time Bill shops online, he always spent a lot of money.
So you use this zero conditional, like present,
Mhm.
habits, a general truth. So you know this is a habit you use, or is something you do, or is something that's a general truth, is like a belief, right? Some people believe like when you use a credit card, it's faster. If you see a closed lock symbol, the site is secure. If I surf the web, I use Google. If I'm surfing the web, I use Google, right? So this is the zero conditional with present. And you can also use a modal verb in the result clause. You can use can, should, must. If you don't like the gift, you can return it. If it's not too expensive, you should buy it. If you use the website, you must have a password, right? And usually to express possibility, advice, or necessity. But you don't use can, could, any modal verb in the if clause. Remember, when people speak, people do it. If I could go, I will. So this is grammatically incorrect. People use it when they speak. It's not a problem. But when we want to use grammar in the correct way, you use present in the if clause, and in the result clause, you can use a modal verb, right? So now
Okay.
let's have an example. Let me share it with you, and you have to complete it. So, number one, could you read it to complete it? Let me see if I make it bigger. I hope.
Okay.
Mhm.
Number one, if you had weather to 100 centigrades, uh, you can
No, you're talking
you
about the water. What happened to water if you heat it to this?
steam steam.
No, how you say hervir or hierve?
I don't know.
So remember we're talking about water. So water is it, and the verb for hervir, it boils.
Ah, oil. Ah.
Let's go with number two.
Mhm. If I feel tired, I I should go to the bed.
You can use should, or you better you can say I go to bed, right? Very good. So number three.
You miss red and blue. You obtained and blue, red and blue, violet.
Or purple.
Ah, okay.
Purple. Very good.
If the sun sets, I don't understand.
If the sun sets,
Sets.
Cuando cae el sol. Si cae el sol,
Okay. If the sun sets, people cool burning,
could,
burning,
burn.
burn it. Uh-huh.
No, 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 no. Why not? Because if the sun sets,
Ah,
cae el sol, la gente se puede quemar. By the way, next to the modal verbs, could, must, should, you always use the verb in the main form.
main for, yeah, okay.
So what happens if the sun sets? Also, what
Eh,
to think about it, you can say when the sun sets. It's also similar to if. When the sun sets.
I don't understand.
Right? It could be anything like, for example, cuando baja el sol, it's cooler. Es más fresco.
Ah, okay.
It could be anything like this. Okay. Continue.
If you don't drink enough water, you could deshydrate,
You could?
deshidratar.
Yes. Okay. You can get this
You you could get.
dehydrated. You could uh you could make it easier, like you could get sick.
Ah, okay.
So number 6.
If you leave the ice outside, if you leave the ice outside, the ice get liquid.
Or melts.
Ah, okay.
The ice melts. Right, very good. And the last one.
If he eat too much sugar, he will be diabetic.
Right? He will, you can say obese. He will get diabetes. He will get diabetes. Take a look.
Diabetes.
This is the
Mhm,
second conditional because it's with will, right?
mhm.
It's okay in this case. But most of the time you have present and present for facts. If you leave the ice outside, it melts, right? If you heat water 200 degrees, it boils. Like you have facts or routines, right? So
Okay.
it's the first part. So let's go with the second part. Right, so then this is so similar. And also you can use the progressive form sometimes, right? And you can use when. So when stores are opening, they're closing in Los Angeles, they're closing in Johannesburg. Just to talk that two actions happens at the same time. And then you use present progressive and present progressive, right? So, but we won't go deep into this. And now we're going to do some exercises and we pass to the second one. Okay, this one, Marcelo. So try to put this. You have the two sentences like in the example. You don't understand fashion, you don't belong in this field. If you don't understand fashion, comma, you don't belong in this field. So
One moment, one moment.
you can make better decisions. You have good business skills.
Is understand fashion. It is. If you don't understand if fashion, you don't belong in the field. But buyers need other skills too. Okay. Such as if
It,
you can't make better decision.
so remember, the if clause is always present. The result clause have modal verbs can, but the if you
if you can make better decision.
no, can, could, should is for the result, not for the if clause. This is a rule. So if clause is if, right? like here. If you don't understand
Mm,
fashion, si no entiendes la moda, you don't belong in this field, right? In this case, the if clause always have present,
okay.
always. And the result have present or a modal verb.
If you can make better decision.
No, if
Hmm?
you have good
Ah,
business skills,
another way. You can make better decision.
very good. You can make the decisions. But remember, the if clause never, you cannot write can. When people speak, people do it. But it's a grammar mistake. The if clause have present. In this case, we're studying the first case.
Yeah, okay.
Second one. Continue. You can
O-
read it. And let me delete it. And you continue. Mhm.
Okay, people skills must be important too. True. If a buyer needs great interpersonal skills, she she's negotiation prices.
Right? Is correct, makes sense or not?
No,
No, so
if if a buyer needs great interpersonal skills,
she's negotiating. So sorry, I make a mistake here. She's negotiating prices. It's the other way around. If she's negotiating prices, si está
yeah,
negociando precios, so
yeah, yeah.
she
If she's negotiation prices and a buyer needs great interpersonal skills.
very good. And
Mm.
what implies? What is the meaning of this, Marcelo?
Si ella está negociando precios, un comprador necesita sobre skills, habilidades interpersonales, grandes habilidades interpersonales.
Very good, but the sentence is implying that she's good at negotiating prices, right?
Mhm,
Let's
mhm.
go next one.
Do you travel in your business? A lot. Where? A lot. If I usually there is big international fashion fair.
It makes sense or
The
no?
main sense.
Does it make sense or not?
No, I think.
So how makes sense?
If I am usually there. If I am usually there.
So you have to take a look.
I am I am in I am in a big international fashion fair.
No, take a look. It's just like this. If there is a big international fashion fair, I'm usually there.
Ah,
If there is a big international
uh,
fair, I'm usually.
uh,
So let's continue. Let's continue.
why fashion fairs? That's some professional attends. If I go to a fair, I can see hundreds of products in a few days.
Perfect. If I go to a fair, comma,
Mm.
I can see hundreds of
Yeah.
products. Very good. Very good. Next.
Uh, you just go back from the Milan Fair, didn't you? Yes. And I went to Paris and Madrid too. If I'm traveling to Europe, I usually stay 2 weeks.
Very good. If I'm traveling to Europe, I usually stay. Perfect. Next. And this is the last one because now you're doing this very well. So
Okay. Does your family ever go with you? Often. If my husband has the time to come, he and our son Piero do things together.
perfect. So this one is if my husband has the time to come. This is the condition. Okay. So let's move. This was the first conditional present. And now we are going to study. We won't do this, right? This is the same. This is exactly the same. So we won't do this one too. And now we are going to the exercise. So take a look at the exercise, this one. So you have to brainstorm information for tourists visiting your city or town, right? What do you do if you visit Quito? Shopping, food, weather, interesting sites, outdoor activities. So first you have to complete, since this is like a draft before you actually write. And then for the writing part, you can put the paragraph here. You have some of the grammar mistakes that are common, right? If you shop online, it's faster. So you cannot use will, use always present and present, because these are facts. Could you read, please, the sentence, the example that you will have?
Okay. Okay. There are many things to do if you visit Jamestown. If you enjoy swimming, you can go to one of the many beautiful beaches in and around town. The weather is great in the summer, but remember to bring a sweater if you plan to go out in the evening. If you forget the pack one, don't worry, you can go shopping for one at.
Very good. So you try to use if. So if you visit Quito, if you enjoy, I don't know, if you enjoy the old town, or if you enjoy, you can
The,
look for
the mountain, for example.
mountains, you can go here and there. The weather is great. So you don't have to use if in every single line, but try to do it, right? If you enjoy visiting old churches or the old architecture or the architecture from colonial times, you can visit the historical center, and then you give more information and you try to use if as much as you can, right? So this is the first homework, because I'm trying to complete today. Wait a second to send it to you. Okay, now I think I can. Yes, I think it's now. Yep. I will send you from grammar to writer, zero or real conditional. So let me send it to you on the group A2. Yes, let me see if it's your here, Marcelo. So this is first homework. Writing exercise. Okay, so this is the first thing. So now we are going to the second conditional, which is called future conditional. So let's check it out. So the future conditional, right, have this. You have here present, but here you have future. The previous one is for habits, general truth, some facts. So you will use present, present, or present plus modal verb. But here it's all about future because it's like maybe not for sure. And you use it for superstitions. So can you give me an example of one superstition that maybe people have, I don't know, in Ecuador or in your city or in your family?
Superstition in my family, not, but for example, when you walk under stairs,
No, a ladder.
a
Stairs,
ladder.
concrete in a building, and a ladder is what we can find on the street.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So tell me what happened.
For example, is a superstition when one walks under the a ladder, one get bad lucky.
Very good. And do you believe in superstitions?
In the Muslim times, no. For example, I walk under the ladder.
Right, nothing happens. And do you wear or carry things that make you feel lucky?
Mm, lucky, not. But sometimes you have lucky. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you are in good luck, right? So
Mm,
I'm going to read this article a little bit about superstitions and take a look at the use of the future conditional, right? Or the second conditional.
okay.
Knock on wood.
If you knock on wood, you'll keep bad luck away. You'll get a good grade on the test if you wear your shirt inside out. You'll get a bad grade unless you use your lucky pen.
Superstitions may sound silly to some, but millions of people all over the world believe in their power to bring good luck or prevent bad luck. In fact, different cultures share many similar superstitions.
If you break a mirror, you'll have 7 years of bad luck. If the palm of your hand itches, you're going to get some money. If it rains when you move to a new house, you'll get rich.
Could you tell me about some superstitions? Try to use this structure. Present in the if clause and future with will or going to for the result of the superstition, right?
Okay.
Think of any superstitions that maybe we have, like any kind of superstitions. Could you?
For example, number 13.
So try to say it.
I don't know. For example, I don't know. 13 Friday is nobody must travel and get married.
Yeah, right. So if you get married or travel on Friday the 13th, you will get bad luck, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a balance. So this is now let's go to the grammar part. We have here the whole reading, and then we go to the grammar. So the previous one was for facts and for routines or general truth. But this one is for something that maybe happened, right? If she studies, she's going to pass, she might get an A, she won't fail. The result clause is in the future with will, going to, or with a modal verb like might get an A. If she doesn't study, you use the simple present or the verb be in present. She'll fail the test. She isn't going to pass. She might not get an A. Right? You use future because sometimes you study and you fail a test. Could be, right? So this is the structure. And now let's go with this. Could you please read this part, just this, and the example.
Okay. The if clause describe a real or true condition. The result clause describe the certain results. If I use this pen, I'll pass the test. If I use the pen, I'll certainly pass the test.
Very good. So you always use simple present in the if clause. If you feel lucky, you expect good things. If you feel unlucky, you're going to expect bad things to happen, right? So it's always like this. How to use modals? Again, modal verbs are in the result. In the previous case, it's also in the result, right? And again, possibility, may, might, could, advice, should, necessity, must, and have to. If they have time tomorrow, they may go to the park. If you want to pass the test, you should study, right? If she wants to do well, you must work harder, right? So let's go now to the exercises. And then you use unless to express a negative condition. Unless she studies, he will fail the test, right? So then you use unless too. So now try to put it together, the conditions and the results. Take a look that the conditions are in present. Unless you take an umbrella, remember, unless, a menos que, give, itches, use, where, and the result is always will or a modal verb, going to. So number 2.
Number 2. Unless you take an umbrella. Wait a minute. Yep. I think so. Unless you take an umbrella, you're going to get wet.
Very good.
Next. Number 3. If I give my boyfriend a new pair of shoes, could be if he'll walk out of the relationship.
And this is like a superstition, right? He was relationship, never heard it. Number 4.
4.
Feel like
If the palm of your hands
itches,
could be
if the palm of your hand itches.
Sandra, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but I don't know what is the result, A, B, or C.
I told, but I don't see. Yeah, I think if the palm on your hand itches, I think number 8, you'll want to scratch it.
Very good. Okay, and number 5?
5. If I use my lucky pen, I'll get 100% on the test.
Perfect, very good. Okay. So now, if or unless, we won't practice if or unless. So here, this is to use simple present or future. Future in the result. Present or the verb be in the if clause, right? Like if you spill salt at the table, you'll have an argument. Like we have the same thing here. I think so, right? That if you spill salt at the table, you have an argument. So number 2 for you, Marcelo.
Wait a minute. If a cat washes behind its ears, it will rain.
It will rain. So if a cat wash or if a cat washes.
Washes.
Very good. Remember that this is simple present or verb. Number 2.
Sandra, the electricity is come back. I
Okay.
join by computer.
Okay, better, much better.
Recording in progress.
So you tell me, Marcelo, ready? So let me stop the recording.